Okay, Coach. Well, the road ends here. It has been a wild, often unpredictable 2019 season. And now it's time for the greatest spectacle in all of sports. Super Bowl 54 from Miami. You know, this town has played host to 10 Super Bowls in the past. And tonight, we write chapter number 11. And what a matchup we've got. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Oakland Raiders taking on the chance from the other side, the NFC, the Arizona Cardinals. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, very pleased to be with you. And the story, Charles, of the Oakland Raiders season, just an incredible one, really, in the East Bay. Folks not expecting much after a 4-12 season in 2018. Fans were coming to terms with saying goodbye. And then a funny thing happened. The Raiders started to win, and they did not stop.
And what a way to go out this would be. I mean, this is like storybook. This is something that you write and you put it on film, and people say, there's no chance that this could happen. Except we're witnessing it right now. Think about the great history of the Raiders in Oakland. John Madden is their head coach. Kenny the Snake Stabler, their Hall of Fame quarterback. The old man himself, Willie Brown. Remember that 75-yard interception return against Minnesota? We can still see Willie running in slow motion. He passed away a few months ago, but he'll never be forgotten in Oakland. The great Raiders of the old supporting this Raiders team now, trying to win another Super Bowl.
Meanwhile, the Arizona Cardinals into the Super Bowl for just the second time in franchise history, and they're trying to win their first NFL title since the Truman administration. Touchdown, Cardinals! With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Striking first in any game is very important, but on this stage, the biggest of stages in the Super Bowl, that's huge.
You fully expect the other team to battle all the way through, but when you're the one setting the pace, jumping out in front, that has to feel great for the entire organization.
No return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deron Payne coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On the return is Cohen. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
12 yards the pickup. Good enough for an Arizona first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. First down, a run with Cohen. And he's got some space here. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 yards the pickup. Good enough for an Arizona first. Well, they're making a real first quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them. They've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
A gain of 10, first down, Arizona. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory, right at the 40. Now it's the Boise State along. Jay Ajayi. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 3.5 to go, first quarter. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Flush to his right. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Back deep, Bruce Ellington. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw. Because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. Dawson's kick is up and through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On second down and 4, Haskins. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's Brett Kern now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Cardinals. That, folks, is a 94-yard punt return. And the Cardinals push further out in front.
Partner, the old rules about not fielding punts inside your own 10, those things are way out the window, aren't they?
Yeah, they say well, put your heels on the 10-yard line, but when you return it, maybe your coach doesn't say anything to you, right?
Yeah, I think a lot of special teams coaches, if they've got a special guy, they'll say, yeah, okay, you can go to the 8. But this one, he really had some guts.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Second and 10 now from the 27. From the gun to give to Mixon. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. 16-0. That's the score after 1 on EA Sports. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here comes Cohen. 12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdown.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They had a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Eric Harris who picks it. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Here's Ajayi. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. And Dawson's kick is good. And that will stretch the lead to 3 scores now at 19-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Now Joe Mixon. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check 59. Mike is 59.
Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider 1st down. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Here's Madison running on 1st down. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Third down, here's Haskins. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Second down, Haskins. He finds Hopkins complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
Haskins looking to throw on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Haskins to throw it. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. 3rd and 2. Now Haskins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Here we go. Mike 20. Mike 50. I know he ain't got it.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee.
Garoppolo on the keeper. A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 44-yard line.
Here we go. 180.
So we've reached halftime here in the 2020 Super Bowl, Super Bowl 54. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The never tedious halftime show behind us, and now it's back to football as we get going again in Super Bowl 54. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 24. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, The ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be an Arizona first down on a gain of 17. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he's a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Garoppolo. He's got his big tight end, Fant. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This is a Ajayi. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. 11. Kill.
Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him.
Here we go. Wait, 80. 50 to Mike. Not here.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. On 2nd and 2, Garoppolo. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Off the toss, Cohen. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Tariq Cohen with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Dawson able to connect on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Haskins on 3rd down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 35. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Cohen. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A Cardinal 1st down on a gain of 13.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Go.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
A pickup of 7 there, but they'll still have 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Steps away to his left. Got his target, Samuel. His 2nd catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a 1st down. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, here's Haskins. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. He finds an opening past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let it. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Von Miller, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. Now they run with Mixon. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
This is Cullen. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. The Pro Bowler, Muhammad Wilkerson, brings him down.
Second and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And the Cardinals have done it. They're the kings of the NFL. Arizona, your Super Bowl champs. For the victors, getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible.